Hola, baby.
Power up the console lights. Press start, we're in for a ride. Ghosts in the shadows glide. Gamers unite side by side. Wield the force, let it flow. Fight the battles, feel the glow. Virtual world, watch it grow. In this realm, we're the show. XPN, the gaming hive. Ready player, come alive. Action, BMG, they dive. We play game, we thrive. Clone the cows, Fabio leads. In this game, we plant the seeds. No need for speed or deeds. Virtual life, all it needs. KY bomb creating waves. In this world that we crave. From first light to the grave. Save the realm, we all save. XPN, the gaming high. Ready player, come alive. Action, BMG, they dive. We play game, we thrive. Clone the cows, Fabio leads. In this game we plant the seeds. No need for speed or deeds. Virtual life, all it needs. Hey, white ball creating waves. In this world that we crave. From first light to the grave. Save the realm, we all save. XPN, the gaming high. Ready player, come alive. Action, BMG, they dive. We play game, we thrive. We thrive. We thrive. We play game, we thrive.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the XBL Party Podcast. I am your host, BMG, and I am joined by always. He is a mad scientist, cloning animals, cloning people. He is Fabio. How are you this evening, sir?
I'm doing great, thank you very much. Well, by the way, if we have to enter another hiatus just so that we can never have to use this song again, I approve. This song is just
What's wrong with the
horrendous.
song? The song
No,
is awesome.
nobody likes it, mate. I think you're the only one just because you're the one who made it. It's like your child, you know? Nobody likes your child.
I
except
think this song is fire.
Thank you, Bob. And we are also joined by the host of Game Set Live. He is the one, the only, the original creator of KY Jelly, KY Bob. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Changing things up a little bit. I go by Kabob now.
Oh no, for fuck's sake, Kebab, seriously? Okay.
Kabob.
When did you start? Why am I the only one who
I've been calling myself I've been calling myself Kabob on the podcast and on the Wasted with Wise show for the last 2 weeks.
Well,
And you
sorry, I
haven't
haven't been paying attention to you. I never do. Okay, just want to put it out.
Damn, that fucking hurts.
I like it. I like it.
Kai Bob.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Good.
Can't wait to
good.
see Xbox dominate.
That's debatable. That is very debatable. But we are also joined by, he is royalty in his country. He lives in a castle. He owns every piece of land and animal going. He
And he has a sweet ass
only.
microphone.
Oh, yes. And I can see a giant predator in the back. He is the one and only Luke Steele. Good evening, sir. How are you? That hurt my throat.
Yeah, go and take a sip after that one, I think. No, I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, good to be here.
By the way, BMG, do you want anything from Domino's?
No, thanks. I had something to eat earlier. Thank you, Nikki. Oh, Jesus, that's killed me. That absolutely nearly killed me then. So, how's everybody been doing? It's been a while since we've caught up. We don't really do. No, I don't want any puddings or anything either. Cheers, Nikki. Thank you. It's been a while since we've done a live show catch up, because that's the sort of thing we're sort of moving away from. But that's a thing for another day. Look out for announcements of that on our Discord. But how is everyone else? How is everyone doing? Luke, how are you doing? And what have you been playing recently?
Yeah, I'm doing well. What have I been playing? I can't actually remember.
That's a great start.
I know, a good start. I mean, the last couple of days I've been doing a lot of the like Steam Next Fest demos, because there's just tons of them.
Nice.
Just before that, I finished Reanimal, which came out a couple of weeks ago, I think, which is a really cool co-op game. You can play it single player as well. But yeah, I played that with my wife, and that's kind of like it's kind of like, well, I mean, it's by the creators of Little Nightmares, so 1 and 2. So it's very much of that ilk, very strange and creepy, and I wouldn't say fun, but very enjoyable is probably the better word. So I played that, and been playing different indie games and all sorts of bits. So actually, just before coming on here, I was playing Marathon, which obviously has its beta at the moment, or its server slam, as they're calling it.
I hope you spat on the game. I hope you spat on it. It is bad for the Destiny community, because our expansion got delayed because of this absolute useless piece of rubbish. I hope the game burns.
As a Destiny 2 fan that you are, I think that's a fair critique. So yeah, I played a couple of hours of that, and I've just preloaded Resident Evil Requiem for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that drops, doesn't it? I completely forgot about. I won't play that because I don't like horror games. I can't play them sort of things. My heart can't take it, or my ass. So yeah, no, I don't play them games. Don't play the games. And Scott, Destiny Does Not Suck is the best live service FPS game in today's world, and we're currently going through a Star Wars arc in Destiny. So I have to wait till June for my expansion now because of this Marathon rubbish. Don't need any more extraction shooters. We don't need any more, what was it? They ripped it off someone else's designs or something like that, or paid them to now use it. I don't know, but we don't need it. We don't need it. Oh my God. But a shout out to everybody in chat. Let's just have a quick go through. We have Fimber, SX2 Games, that's Scott, Misuku, Muppet, Nikki, good evening to all. It's going great. Oh, and obviously KY Bob, he's in there as well. But yes, it is great to see everyone in chat. Bob, what have you been playing?
I've been playing quite a few things on Steam. The Last Caretaker, Tempest Rising, RTS game, Calyx RTS game. Yesterday I was playing the Roadside Research on Game Pass.
Oh, is that the alien one?
Yes.
Is it good? Is it good?
It's a little addictive. I wish the alien would quit crapping on himself. Like, you'd be trying to rush around and get things done, all of a sudden you'll hear. You turn around and look, and there's this green goo all over the floor, and you got to run and clean it up before anybody sees it. Otherwise, they'll find out you're an alien, or it'll gross them out.
When you've got to go, you've got to go, I suppose.
Really hope that's an upgrade in the future to get rid of that. So, yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, there is a issue with YouTube that's been plaguing for the last couple of days. I think was it yesterday? YouTube banned every English word in the dictionary. You could put it in any other language, but you couldn't put it in English. And there has been some sort of delay in showing in like super chats, member chats, and normal chat. So yeah, if there is an issue, it's not our end, it's YouTube's. Which, well, obviously as we can see from the chat, we've got English back, so that's a good sign. But yeah. So
last night.
Oh, it might have been the night before. It was last night or night before where all of English was just banned, and it was like you could like if you used a word and put like an O or an I at the end, so it wasn't an actual word, you could do it, but you could use just normal words. It was strange.
Maybe it's just a UK thing because you guys are trying to ban everything.
No, it was American thing. It was American thing. It was America as well. But do Americans really speak English? We sort of
Yes.
gave you it, but you kind of ruined it. But that's an argument for another day. Who's superior? But we won't get into that now. UK.
Oh Lord, we're going to that direction now.
Fabio, what have you been playing recently?
Well, I've been playing actually some. I forgot to mention some of the games on the last podcast last night. Shit. Like, I've been playing some Diablo 4. I've been playing as well some South of Midnight, some Overwatch. I played a little bit of Halo as well. And that's basically what I can remember of right now.
Yeah, fair enough. What's that? Right, there's nothing wrong with the song. Luke, you don't need no beers. No one else needs it. The song's a good song. It's a good
I mean,
song. I don't know what anyone else.
I mean, there's absolutely everything wrong with the song. Yes, Muppet, Husky Raid, we need to go back to that.
Halo Infinite is dead. The game's not getting supported anymore. They're not doing anything with it anymore.
It's more alive than Destiny, honestly.
The quicker
It's
everyone
more alive
comes
than
off
Destiny,
it,
my
the quicker
friend.
we get a new one. Everyone that's hanging on to Halo Infinite multiplayer is what's delaying the new game. Just saying.
I mean, I could say the same thing about Destiny too, my friend. But yeah, here we are.
Destiny's alive and well. It's doing well.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Didn't you just like 10 minutes ago was shitting on Marathon, saying that Marathon is killing Destiny and stuff?
Yeah. No, I didn't say it's killing Destiny. It's like our expansion was delayed. The reason we're doing it because like Destiny.
Someone clipped the beginning
game.
of it, and then let's just put it back.
So
again.
what they're doing is it's like Marathon's like Concord 3 or 4, whatever number we're at now. So we just want to give it a week, give it 2, then it'll just disappear, it'll be gone, nobody will be playing it, and then we'll be fully focused back into Destiny's. Don't worry, it's okay. I can forgive the developers.
When was the last time since you played Destiny?
I played it about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and I did 2 full expansions. So yeah, I've got it. It's installed. It's not going anywhere. I do play. I do jump in, do me dailies and weeklies. So don't you worry about that. Do the Mexicans speak English? I would say kinda. Muppet. I don't, what do you mean? What do you mean?
No.
What do you mean?
Primarily
What's that?
Spanish speaking.
Well, I don't know. Muppet doesn't like the song. I could put you on a 24-hour timeout for that, but I better not. Ash will tell me. As you can see, Ash is not here. He has been working really, really hard, and he doesn't really want to sit here with Fabio. So,
of course,
he's giving tonight a pass. But the main reason we are here this evening because why not have a discussion like everyone else is having a discussion about the latest news that's just come out of Xbox. Phil Spencer retired. Sarah Bond resigned. Matt Booty promoted because he probably shit on the pair of them. And we have a new CEO of Microsoft Gaming, Asher Sharman.
Like, are you trying to like say Saruman? Are you trying to say like Asha Saruman? And that's it. That's what we're going with now.
Yeah. So as we know, it came out Friday. I believe it wasn't even meant to be announced Friday. It wasn't meant to come out till I think the week after. But IGN got hold of it and it was going to leak. So obviously they had to get ahead of it. But yeah, Phil Spencer has now retired from Microsoft Xbox. He's no longer CEO. He's staying on till the summer just to make a smooth transaction, but he is no longer in charge. Sarah Bond resigned. Resigned. Could go either way, however you want to look at it. She's also left the same day as Phil Spencer. Matt Booty has been promoted to CCO, Chief Content Officer, and obviously, as we just said, we have a new CEO, Asher, who's taking the role of Phil Spencer. bit of a shock to everyone, I think. I think a lot of people, myself included, thought maybe they would see through to the 25th anniversary and then step away. I think it's been sort of on the cards for a while, from like looking at different things from social media. What other journalists have sort of said that Phil Spencer was kind of at that stage, but I did think they would see through to the 25th anniversary. But obviously, maybe they thought it was time to. He thought it was time to step back, and that's if he went by choice. I'm still thinking personally he was given the option to retire and hand over. I personally don't think he wanted to retire at that point. I think he would have rather seen the year out, maybe before the next generation kicked off, get someone in. But I I think the way the company was going, decisions that will be made from like Amy Hoard, Satya Nadella, that they were sort of going in a different direction to where Phil Spencer wanted to go, maybe. And obviously Sarah Bond, it's not surprising she's left, resigned, whichever way you think about it and look at it. And that quite possibly could be because, as I think we all were sort of thinking the same thing, she was sort of being groomed to take Phil Spencer's place. I think there's many people that are on that same wavelength that Sarah Bond was going to be the next Microsoft CEO of gaming, but obviously she was passed over for Asher. Matt Booty, I don't know how he's really got his promotion. I don't really like him. I don't think really he should still be there because I don't think he's the best thing for these studios. I think they could have someone in a better position than him. Be personally thinking. The new CEO, Asha, she's come from Meta, so she's like, and she's big on with AI, and I believe she actually did briefly work with Microsoft. Was it back in 2011 to
11.
2013? Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So she has actually worked. What she's done, I don't know, but she has actually worked with Microsoft before, and she spent Friday, Saturday, Sunday in social media replying to different people, stating, just basically replying to people saying, I hear you. And someone asked you want to make Xbox great again, exclusives. I hear you. You can interpret that in many different ways. Some people like taking it as, oh, she said we're having exclusives again. But I don't think that personally. I think it's more of a, it's like we're listening, we're hearing what you're saying, and looking into things. Let's see what happens. That sort of narrative, not we're going to make it exclusive because you asked for it. It's so it's been put out there. She's been trying to like connect with some of the community in social media. Obviously, it's not the big base that you're looking at. There's a lot more people, but it's good that she's doing that. She's saying the right things. We've had a statement from Asher. We've had a statement from Phil. We had a statement from Satya and a statement from Matt Booty. And Phil, because we didn't get Sarah Bond straight away. I think it was Sarah Bond. It was on social media and LinkedIn. It wasn't actually officially through Microsoft. And there's only Phil Spencer that actually mentioned Sarah Bond in his statement, whereas the rest, as if she didn't even exist, and it was all Phil. Phil did everything. It was Phil's work. So that sort of says, was there something going on? Was there an issue? Was she not happy that she was being passed over? But again, she's also staying on as well to help with transition. I'm assuming that she's been paid a lot of money to do that, so why not? But and also it puts a lot of concern with people. Is Asher in place just to put Xbox on palliative care and just see it run out, go full software, or eventually sell everything off? Or is she actually going to turn Xbox around? She says we need to get back to Xbox's roots, back to what Xbox was, what makes Xbox great for players. And so it was sort of a bit this upheaval at the moment of what's going to happen, where things going to go. What do we think of this new CEO? Is she going to be good for Xbox? Did Xbox need this change? Is it something that should have happened at this point? Was it forced to happen because they needed a new direction? Because the way she's speaking, as if the way things are going aren't working, things need to change. Short-term gain isn't worth the long run. So I suppose it's just get your guys' thoughts on it. Luke, you are our guest, so I'll come to you first. What do you think of the whole Phil Sarah situation? Was it forced? Was it voluntary? Was it a change Xbox needed at this point? And what's your general impressions?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting.
To say the least.
Yeah, to say the least. It was very interesting that it happened so quickly, I suppose, in terms of, usually you would get a sort of, for the head, for Phil, for example, in that kind of position, you'd usually get a bit more leeway in terms of, or runway rather, in terms of, when the decision to retire and then the kind of publication of that happening and then the actual day that he retires, right? Whereas I think this time it was, announced on a Friday and by the Monday he's gone. I mean, obviously he's staying on for transitionary purposes, but he's stepped down effectively at that point. So I'm like, it's always really difficult with these things because nobody knows behind the curtain what has happened as such. We only know what you can kind of outwardly see. My sense is that probably Phil did retire. Like, that's my sense of it, that he decided to retire last year and that there was a plan for him to retire, and that for whatever reason it just kind of, the way the announcement trickled out was a bit strange, but that was kind of meant to happen. The Sarah one, I think, feels much more like that wasn't supposed to happen in the way that it happened, and maybe she wasn't supposed to leave, or at least from her perspective. I think everybody had always thought that she would be Phil's replacement when he did retire, and I think people expected that for the most part.
I think she thought it. Yeah, I think she was under it as well. She was under the impression.
Yeah, so it's a bit that one I find more telling, I think, than Phil's one. Phil's one, I'm inclined to believe, was actual retirement.
Yeah.
Sarah's one, is outwardly resignation, but I think it's, for in the confines of Microsoft, it was I've got kind of no choice but to leave now.
Yeah. She couldn't stay on. There's no way she could have stayed on as Xbox president and it'd be, and all smiles and happy. But it was also sort of out that a lot of people had issues with her work style. She was good at getting, working with third party companies and, getting content for Game Pass and things. But like people working at Microsoft with her, from what we've seen that's been posted, that there was a lot of issues. She wasn't easy to work with.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff about that. Again, like, you only hear about that stuff when people leave, and it's always difficult to know the sourcing that goes on behind that. Not that I think it was The Verge that ran that article.
Yes,
you only get you only get an impression of someone from the people that they ask, right? So it might be that there are people at Xbox that felt very differently about it, but obviously the impression from that article was that she wasn't necessarily super well liked in terms of, I don't think necessarily in terms of personality, but the directionality of where she wanted to push Xbox a little, or kind of how hard she wanted to go down some of those roads. So that's a more telling one than Phil's one. And I mean, for Asha Sharma, I'm kind of one of those people that there's no point, I think, rushing to like a conclusion either way on what she will or will not be as a kind of in charge of that division, because we don't know. We've got no idea. I think it puts the I think with Phil and Sarah Bond there, I think you knew kind of where everything was going, right? I think you knew the kind of general cadence of what Xbox were going to do and where they would go and all of that stuff. With her there, I wouldn't expect that big of a change, but I'm not like on the side of, you know, over optimism, nor am I on the side of like, oh yeah, this is doomsday stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
She's saying the right things.
She's saying the right thing. Again, I don't put any stock into what she will say outwardly.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point doing that because it's words. It doesn't mean anything in this context. So I think it's just wait and see. Like I said, even if she does change things in one direction or another, you're not going to see that for quite some time. It's not going to be like a quick overnight thing. So I think it's just, you know, it will be interesting to see what they do and what she implements.
Yeah, and it's like in part of the statement where she mentioned, you know, we're not just going to put any AI slop in games, which was a bit surprising because obviously Satya Nadella, he's all on for AI. Everything's AI.
He has a really strange fetish on that.
It does. But the fact that she actually put that in a statement that went out to staff, the public, you know, social media, that, you know, saying, you know, we're not going to just put AI slop in games. It's like a very strange thing for her to say. Is that just, again, she's saying it to appease people, trying to calm people down a bit, the fan base, or?
I think it's quite.
No, go on, Luke, please.
No, I was only going to say I think it's quite deliberate what she's saying, because I mean, obviously, like, it doesn't take a genius to see the background that she has coming from AI companies and being in charge of, you know, companies that operate in that space. You know, it doesn't take an idiot to look at that and go, in terms of our comms, when she comes on board, you know, we should try and distance from that, because we don't want to spook people that the first thing she's going to do as she comes in is AI stuff. And I'm not saying she is or she isn't going to do AI stuff, but you know, it's clearly trying to bring the temperature down statement, right? To be like, okay, don't worry, like we're not going all in AI for gaming. We're not going to do like silly stuff, but again, it's just words, so you know, who knows what they'll do.
Do you feel like this is the right move for Xbox? Do you think it was time for Phil to step back and someone else take over and take the brand into a bit of a different direction? Are you on the favor side of that, or would you rather Phil stayed on longer?
I'm fairly neutral, I would say. Like, I'm not. I mean, the Xbox was doing well. You know, it's a different strategy than historically. You know what they've done, but they've been putting out good games. Game Pass is still good. You know, it doesn't like for. I guess I think it's more interesting. I think if you're on the console and you're a console player, because, you know, you like, I'm not an Xbox console player, so, you know, but I play their games on PC. So it may be that she comes back and there is a renewed focus on console first. I don't mean to the extent that they go back to an exclusive console strategy or anything, but maybe there's a bit more of a kind of okay, let's actually kind of make this a bedrock of what we're doing and then go from there in terms of everything else, rather than neglecting that console audience, which is still, even though it's not a massive console audience, it's still quite a hardcore dedicated console audience. So you don't want to abandon that, right? Because it's very important to them.
Yes.
So I think maybe you will see some changes to that, and maybe that's good for Xbox. You know, maybe that's good for Xbox, the console. You know, whether it's beneficial for Xbox, the platform, and given the semantic term of that word has changed dramatically over the last couple of years. Like, I don't know, but yeah, I'm fairly neutral. I think it's just wait and see for me. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, Fabio, I can see you've been dying to to get into it, to obviously also give your thoughts. Are you the same? Is this a good thing for Xbox? Is it good that Phil stepped down? Was it about time that we start taking things in a different direction? How do you feel overall of what's gone on, what's happened, and was Sarah Bond pushed, or did she just spit a dummy out and say, "I that was my job and I'm leaving"? Where are you at?
I mean, I think the best stance that everyone can be right now in terms of this situation is the same position that Luke himself is, which is wait and see. Because like it's way too early for us to just jump in conclusions in both sides saying that, oh yeah, it's going to bring back the 360 era, or it's dead and that's it. They are just going to shut. They put this chick there just to shut everything down. No, I don't think that you should try to like force any sort of narrative in this situation. But I do think that the change is a good thing, honestly, because like the image that people have been having of Phil Spencer since the official Xbox business updates has been declining for quite some time, honestly. I'm not saying that I had the same thoughts of like saying that Phil Spencer is doing a bad job. No, not whatsoever. But like it kind of having a new face to represent Xbox kind of makes okay. Here's a blank canvas right now. Let's see how they are going to be painting this. The possibilities can be endless. While at the same time, we need to be realistic about how those possibilities are going to be. So we definitely need to be neutral about this. Um, I think Phil Spencer retiring like is definitely something that was going to be happening. It just got every one of us out of surprise because it was just a little post on Twitter and that's it. There wasn't any
But
sort of like you would expect for it to be at the end of the year or during the
yeah,
Xbox showcase
yeah.
for us to have such a thing.
Or do
But
what
no,
Jim
but
Ryan did: go around and get cakes at different studios. Go on a
and
tour,
shut
and
them down right after, right? Thank you,
but
Jim. You're shut it down.
yeah.
That's it.
But do you think though the original plan was to retire now, or do you think he would have probably seen it to the 25th anniversary? 'Cause he's been there for 38 years. He started
I
at the
mean,
bottom, made his way up. Is this something that was planned for now, or do you think it was more of he didn't like personally? Obviously we don't know how he thinks or feels, but do you think possibly it was more of a personal thing that it was he didn't like the direction it was going because Satya, Amy Hood was pushing him in a different direction, save money, make more money, cut back, things like that? Is it sort of not so much didn't fall out of love with Xbox, but he didn't like that he was the one that was being forced to make these decisions and make these tough calls, when all he wanted to do was make great games for everyone.
I think it was something that, yeah, I am like, if Phil Spencer was saying like, oh yeah, I am going to be retiring this year, but the moment in time when he was going to announce it, like, I think it could be any. I don't think there is a he, like, oh yeah, he was planning to do this on the 25th anniversary, and then they just cut him off and forced him to retire earlier. No, I don't think so. I don't think we have to. We need to. We can jump to those conclusions honestly because like Ed Freeze is another example from the original Xbox. They're like out of the sudden after the release of Halo, as well during the development of Halo 2, Ed Freeze jumped off and ended up like he wasn't the head of Xbox. He was like the head of Xbox Game Studios. We could consider he was a head of Microsoft Studios there, and out of nowhere he retired. Why? Not because he was forced to retire, but because he got to the point where like I've been in this company for a long time. I already made a ton of money, and like I'm starting to prefer just to like, okay, let me just enjoy my life without those guys because I'm here, have been here for so long. You know what I mean? So like 48 years, like yes, you get you are going to be tired at some point, I
It's an
imagine.
odd time to go. It's just it is a. I think there's something more to it. I don't think he was pushed. I don't think he was pushed, but I think he was sort of backed into a corner where he didn't have a choice because of the direction things were going. I don't think because that Xbox before ABK was this smaller thing. Shareholders didn't even care about it. Satya didn't care about it. It was kind of just a thing out the way, just doing its own
Didn't care
thing.
about it. They acquired ZeniMax Bethesda for
Yeah, yeah, but
7.5 billion.
yeah, but that's nothing. That's something that Satya will find down inside of his couch. It's a what, 2-3 trillion dollar
Ah,
company, but it's once
four.
by the investment of or four, but once the investment of ABK and what that's costing, what it costs to run, plus staff and everything else, it's shined more of a light on them, and they were treated more as one of the pillars of Microsoft, in my opinion, where they had to perform better. They had to get um, profits had to be up per studio per that side of the company, as every other side of the company has to do the same. So it was almost like Satya says, you need to do this, Amy Hood, you need to do that, and he was forced to make them decisions. A lot of these people that he got rid of and studios closed or sold were his were friends. you know, it's I can't remember who said it now. I can't remember who I was listening to the other day that said that it was Lord Cornetto. That was it. He said that he knows for a fact that some of the studios that joined Xbox, um, to be bought by Xbox was because of Phil Spencer, and that was the only reason they joined, because Phil Spencer, who he is, the way he operates, and the things he does. And
Mhm.
when this bigger spotlight came over him, it was more of Phil was more of a puppet than the leader, being told what he had to do and things that he had to change. And I think he was got to the point where it was keep doing what they were doing and pretty much have less control, or get out of there now and enjoy it from a consumer viewer point of view, than being in charge of it and being forced to make these decisions.
Honestly, no offense to like those studios, if that's true that they joined just because of Phil Spencer, but like that's a really dumb reason to join them because you know that person is not going to be there forever. It's not going to be a person that is going to take over the entirety of Microsoft. So like it's the
He's the
same thing.
longest CEO, longest
Yes,
going.
yes, I know, but it's history repeating itself. Bungie and Rare joined Microsoft because of Ed Freeze, and and what happened? He left. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So like, studios need to just understand about like, okay, I'm joining this because of those and those reasons. And by the way, when it comes to, for example, Ninja Theory, Obsidian, Double Fine Productions, they all joined Xbox because they were like facing peril. They were facing a huge threat of being shut down because Ninja Theory was way too small to be AAA and too big to be truly indie. Double Fine Productions was having development hell from Psychonauts 2, and Obsidian Entertainment, they were really trying to, for the longest time, trying to, okay, let's make a game that is 100% our own after Path of Exile, because you cannot survive it purely through crowdfunding. You know what I mean? The industry that we have nowadays, and as well the industry that we had in 2018, 2019, and stuff. But again, when it comes to the change of it, the change of faces, I think that it ended up being a good thing because, yeah, possibilities are endless. And yes, the same way as I started this, a lot of people ended up having a pretty bad impression of Phil Spencer because in the last few years it goes to that quote from Batman, I think, Harvey Dent saying like, you die as a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. And there were people that were like completely forgetting how much Phil Spencer has done to the Xbox, not just the brand but the console as well, just because of that damned business update that they made. And
Just
what
four
has been
games. Just four games.
just a 4 games talk.
Just the four
Yes,
games.
yes, I understand when it comes to that. But like, I don't think as I think that Asha Sharman's like interacting with people on social media. I think like yes, it doesn't mean anything right now because actions speak way more than words, that's for sure. But like I think that if you are going to be starting like this out of nowhere and with a brand that like you have some divisive opinions on it. You have those who love it and you have those who hate it. Like, would it be better for you to just, oh yeah, you're the new CEO and you just don't say nothing at all? No, I think that her interactions, her answers, what she's saying are the right things. Yes, doesn't mean anything until she actually acts, but at the same time I think it causes a much better like PR PR thing to be answering to people instead of just being completely silent, because like Phil Spencer before the business updates, he interacted more with people. Like Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, and Aaron Greenberg, they interacted with the public way more on Twitter before that business update. Afterwards, Aaron Greenberg, he blocked his comments. Only people he follows back can comment his posts. Phil Spencer completely disappeared, and Sarah Bond was just okay. I'm just retweeting every single post that Xbox announces. And that was it, with like one or another occasion post that he's just not going to answer unless if it is like Paris or Clobril, you know what I mean? Jascord, like those types of comments which are not like answering the main questions that people were having. So having a CEO that just started right now with the in the situation that she's in, and the first thing she starts doing is okay, let's show to people that I'm here, let's show to people that I'm listening somehow and that I am interacting, that I am with you. I think that this is a good move when it comes to that. But if it is going to be the best course of action for Microsoft or not Microsoft, sorry, for Xbox or not, we can only hope, we can only imagine and see how it goes, honestly. Like, for some reason, everyone decided to start acting like if I was the CEO of Microsoft's gaming, what would I do? So some people were saying, I saw people saying, you need to do, here's the thing you need to do in order to make Xbox go back to glory. You make everything exclusive, you ditch PC, you sell Activision Blizzard, but while at the same time you sell them to a partner that is going to have relations to you so you can have their games, and you just say fuck you Sony, like dude, I mean some people are they just don't think about you need to think of the possibilities, but at the same time you need to be realistic about it.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I think a change is a good thing. I think a change was needed. I think the sort of direction they're going, the things that they're doing. I, I've got both consoles. I don't play PC. My PC barely runs StreamYard or anything else. But I'm a PlayStation gamer. I'm an Xbox gamer. I like Game Pass. I like day and date games. I have Game Pass Ultimate. I have PlayStation Plus Premium. I like the games that are on there. I'd love first day and date with PlayStation, but it's just not going to happen. But I think change is good. I think sometimes when someone's been in a position for so long, we get to a point where change is good. Yeah, mine's
Yes.
nothing like that. Mine is literally, it's got a fancy case. It's in a fancy glass case, but that is the only thing that's fancy about it. It's literally the console's older than one of my kids. It's
Okay,
PC's older than one of my children.
I mean, wait. Hold on a little bit. Bob, are you going to be bragging like about your PC, your internet, as well as your 4K camera? Is that it?
Yeah. I never did bring it up during the intros, but GameSat Live streams at 4K 60 now because Bob has 1 gig isometric fiber.
I don't even know what
Great.
you said. I don't even know what that
No, me
means.
neither. Honestly, I
1
have
gig
no idea.
isometric. When something's isometric, it means it's the same on the front side as it is on the back side. I have 1 gig up and 1 gig down.
So you're telling me that Diablo and Age of Empires are isometric because it goes on the front and the back?
That's like a nice way to describe fat women.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
apparently,
Yeah.
She's
like
an
a polite way.
isometric 400 pounder, you know.
Yeah. I'm going to use that
Fuck.
one. I'm going to use that one in the future. I'm definitely going to use that one. Anyway,
she
but
is a very nice isometric 8-stone lady. There we go.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Well, Bob, you've obviously been patiently quiet there. I know you had your show yesterday. You had your thoughts and opinions of what's going on, but obviously the people of the XPN community may not have heard it. So lay it on us, Bob. Are you happy with the changes? Was Phil and Sarah forced out? Did they actually leave by choice? Is this a good thing for Xbox? Where are you at?
So Phil Spencer is credited with, and this is a unanimous agreement. I haven't heard anybody that's disagreed. But after Don Matrick and the Xbox One TV,
Bring it back.
TV. Yes, after that show, if Phil Spencer hadn't been promoted and taken Matrick's job, I don't believe Xbox would have. I don't believe we would have even seen a 1X in 2017. I don't think that would have happened.
Oh no, it wouldn't.
He was so instrumental in basically making the brand relevant again. Unfortunately, that generation did so much damage because that was the generation where everybody's digital libraries were built, and Xbox lost that generation horribly bad. And it had a lot to do with, how do you share a game on PlayStation? Here, thank you. Yeah. But and everybody loved Phil because Phil is a gamer. And they're like, oh, but Satya, she doesn't play games, or not that kind of games, and she's not really a gamer. They're some of the most successful gaming CEOs in history were not gamers. Okay, I can think of two. You got Reggie at Nintendo. You got Phil at Xbox, huge gamers. And you've got Herman Holst that does a little bit of gaming. Let's just say he doesn't hold the controller and try to push the buttons with his fingers. He uses his thumbs like a normal human being.
Jim
Don't
Ryan
forget
was a
about Jim
gamer.
Ryan. Jim Ryan's a gamer.
Jim
he has a
Ryan. It
picture.
was all it was. It
picture
was just
like
it was
that.
just the way the camera was, the way the camera was angled. But he's a gamer. He's a gamer. He just
No,
he doesn't like to
you can
brag. He's
definitely
like
see
me.
he-
I don't
he's
brag
playing
about
like
what
this.
I play on my trophies. My
He's playing
trophies
the
are locked.
controller like this. The analog sticks are there. His thumb is way behind for some reason, but he is a gamer.
He's giving other people a
And
chance.
When Phil Spencer, when he got his promotion and he moved up, Xbox has always been kind of family. And I'm not saying PlayStation's not, but
It isn't.
Sony is very good at running Sony Computer Entertainment America. They're very good at running it as a business. It's a very profitable business. And my way or the highway works. I believe that with Phil, things were a lot more collective at Xbox, and people had a say, and he actually took people's opinions into account and really tried to work with people and find that common ground. And when Phil got promoted to the position that he is retiring from now, Sarah Bond became the president. And immediately, not too long after Sarah Bond got promoted to president, after Phil's promotion, the head of marketing resigned. He quit. And he quit just before the This Is an Xbox campaign was going to launch. So they already had all the slides and everything, the slogan, they had it all worked out, but it had no direction. But they went with it anyway. Sarah chose to go with it anyway. And that damaged the brand even more. From what I'm hearing from certain people is that Microsoft was all about cloud, handheld, console, PC. They were never comfortable with your phone, your television, your refrigerator, your toaster. They were never comfortable with all of that. That's
Your
what
pregnancy
the brand.
test.
Yes. I saw somebody playing Minecraft on a pregnancy test a year ago. I couldn't believe it.
You can
No.
play Doom on that.
So Asha Sharma, she's very good just because. Okay, I'm a robotic engineer for the Ford Motor Company. I hate Ford. I hate Ford vehicles. We don't own Fords. We buy Toyotas and we buy Hondas. That is what we buy. Because as an engineer, I know quality craftsmanship that lasts. Fords, Chevys, Dodge, they do not last. As soon as they hit their factory warranty is up, things start breaking down, things start nickel and diming you. But it pays good. My job pays very well. So, yes, I work for a company that I don't like anything they make. So, when they say, well, Aisha Sharma came from AI, but do we know that she loves AI? No. What we do know for a fact is that Asha Sharma, and the reason why I think she was put into this position by Satya, is people that have spoken about her with her work at Porch and at Meta in San Francisco. This woman has an uncanny ability to get product into people's hands. She has an uncanny ability to people just adopt what she's driving, what she's using, I don't know why. I guess we'll find out because we're going to be seeing and hearing a lot more of her. But that is somebody that we need heading Xbox. We need somebody to make the brand more relevant. And I can't consider myself a fanboy anymore. I play my PC more than I do my Xbox. But I can say that healthy competition in the console space is a good thing. And PlayStation without Xbox is a bad thing because that means that PlayStation could do whatever they want. They could charge $100 a game. And that's not good. It's not good for anybody because Nintendo's not going to compete with them. They make two totally different games.
Yes. But like,
So-
Bob, would you consider that this situation about Asha Sharma not being a gamer can be like equivalent as well to the first head of Xbox from the original Xbox, Robbie Robbie Bach, which like he was the first head of Xbox during the original Xbox development, and during the Power On podcast, he himself said, I'm not a gamer. I barely understood the business. I had no idea what I was doing, and I was learning a new thing every single day. And they've managed to make the console, and it worked.
I'm sorry, I was just going through the chat. Muppet wants to. All right, Bob. Now show us a chicken.
Where are the chickens? Bring on the chickens!
But yeah. So let's break down where our Asha Sharma came from. Asha Sharma, she started with SC Johnson, and at the age of 17, she built a lot of nonprofit organizations that really helped people out, helped the community out. And SC Johnson is a pharmaceutical company. Everybody knows that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Johnson. Yeah. Okay.
Johnson.
And then in 2011, she joined Microsoft, and she held various marketing and product roles before her current position. A company called Porch, which I believe Porch does a lot of work with Home Depot, Lowe's, places like that. She is also still on the board at Home Depot. She was their chief operating officer from 2013 to 2017. She was the vice president of product and engineering at Meta from 2017 to 2021, where she managed platforms like Messenger and Instagram Direct. When she went, her biggest feather in her cap though was next when she went to Instacart. She turned that into a multi-billion-dollar conglomeration. That was, she really, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I guess we'll find out more because we're going to be seeing and hearing a lot more of her.
Do you think
and then
we will?
She got hired.
Do you think she's going to do what Phil sort of did and be at the showcase?
She's already said that she's very disappointed with Xbox not having as many fan fests as they used to. She's disappointed with Xbox not being at every convention. She expects to have a big floor presence everywhere they go, every show. And I believe that, because that's what always made Xbox special to Xbox fans, is that it was all very personal. If I've had $1 for how many times I've seen somebody I know with their arm around Phil Spencer or Sarah Bond or Matt Booty or any of those individuals at a show having their pictures taken, and you just don't see that with the other brands. You don't even see that with Nintendo. You don't see Nintendo standing out there with fans and stuff. You see them behind like a barrier or something, showing you a console, like they're going to get mobbed or something. So I do believe she's going to push to be personal with the fans again, and she needs to listen to the fans, because a lot of things have happened that the fans haven't agreed with. Like you mentioned, the last 2 or 3 years, not been as happy with Phil Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think their games should have gone everywhere day and date. I think games should go everywhere, but there's got to be a reason to buy a console, and you can't say that it's because that's where Game Pass lives, because when you go and you start putting your games everywhere day and date, then you jack your service Game Pass that lives on Xbox. You give it the largest price increase of any service I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a service go up $7. That's like, one day Netflix is this price, and then tomorrow it's $7 more. That's a huge increase.
Yeah.
So it's like you're telling people you don't have to have an Xbox to play your games, and then you're saying, oh, you don't have an Xbox, have to have an Xbox to play your games, because you can play them with your Microsoft account on other devices. Then you said you don't have to have an Xbox to play Xbox games because you can also play them now on other platforms without logging into a Microsoft account. And then the one reason your faithful were still sticking around was because they were getting all your first party games, and there have been a lot the last 12 months and the next 12 months. There's going to be a lot of first party games. So you had your diehards on board still saying, $20 to $22 a month, and I don't have to buy any of these games. And then you jack that up to $30, and you're like, you just have it makes me, it really grinds my gears because I don't know if they're trying to kill the brand or what, or it's a disconnection. So yeah, I believe that they took the right person for the job. She's been successful since the age of 17 in everything she's done. She's got an uncanny ability to get people to do things, to try things, to use things. And that's what we need, whether she's a gamer or not. Now, Matt Booty being promoted to president, honestly,
No, it's CCO, isn't
I'm
it?
dumb.
Chief Content Officer.
No,
I don't think there's a
no.
president role. The president role
No,
doesn't. It's
CCO.
CCO. It's
He
CCO. That's his
position is
official
CCO right
title.
now.
Chief Content Officer is what his
Okay,
official role is.
CCO and Asha is the CEO.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no
He's
president of
the
Xbox anymore.
he's the cooker of Xbox.
I don't know.
Did you say he's the cook?
Never.
The cooker. That I need to justify the two C's, okay? I'm
I
trying
thought it
to.
was the cock cooker.
He's the cook.
Yeah, he could.
As
He
in
could be. He's a cock cooker.
Do you mean cook or cook?
Cook.
CUCK
Cook.
or
Yes.
COOK?
And you want to say we don't
Yes, cook.
speak right English.
Just want to put
Okay.
out that. I'm sorry if I have an accent. If I am from Brazil,
I don't know.
I'm really sorry.
I don't know what Matt Booty does, but I tell you what,
Nobody
I'm
knows.
sure-
Not even him knows.
I'm sure everybody at Xbox is happier with Matt Booty being in Sarah Bond's position than Sarah Bond's position. Because and we're not talking about, I mean, if it was just Windows Central, I would be like, they're a fanboy platform. It's in the name. But when Bloomberg says it, when The Verge comes out and says it, when who else?
You only need to wait
Fandom
for
Ware,
Kotaku
Game
to as well
Rant,
put that.
Tweaktown, Yahoo Finance, Tech Radar, when all these outlets are coming out and saying that everybody is relieved that she didn't take being passed over well and resigned because she was hard to work with.
Yeah, that's the sentiment, isn't it? Across from what we hear, the sentiment is she's not an easy person to work with.
Now, at the same time, I think that because of the way she left, she kind of left the door open for them to dogpile her as the scapegoat. Which I think we're seeing a lot of that too from the green side of the aisle, because all of a sudden everything's Sarah Bond's fault.
Well, the Xbox Anywhere, this is an Xbox, that is an Xbox, was her. That was her baby. That was her idea.
Like her
The
original
book with
idea
Phil
was.
Spencer, but it was her. She guided that. She pushed that.
Her original idea for what we know is that, like, she said every screen is an Xbox. It started like that, and then it evolved to this is an Xbox, and then it ended up becoming such a thing. But like, I think that I understand that yes, okay, we can imagine that she was hard to work with. Cannot conclude because we don't know what's happening behind the scenes, of course. But also, The Verge has reported that people at Microsoft felt uncomfortable and kind of offended with this idea of everything is an Xbox. Like, you know what I mean? So like, it is a very strange situation where she got herself into. I understand that yes, she is being treated like a scapegoat, and this is not right. Because let's be honest, anything that passes through her needs to pass through Phil and needs to pass through Satya Nadella, and both of them approved this. So,
Hmm.
like, we need to
But
put in consideration it's also part of it is their fault as well.
now you have to consider, because Phil has basically been at Xbox for his whole adult career. He's been there. He's
Yes.
58. He's been there 38 years. So you do the math. He started there when he was 20, and he didn't get the reins to really drive the bus in the direction he wanted to go until 2014.
Hmm.
So, do you think Satya will be more apt because of her history and her history of success? Do you think Satya will be more apt to not say no to her ideas the way he would have been to say no to Phil's?
Good question, Luke. What do you? What,
What was that? Sorry.
Look, can you please stop playing
yeah,
Marathon?
It's too
Pay
good.
attention what's
So,
happening.
yeah.
do
I
you
mean,
think? Yeah. So the way what Bob's asking is,
Yeah.
do you think Satya is more likely to say yes and go along with what Asha suggests, and wants to do with her background and her history, compared to what Satya had done recently with Phil Spencer, with him being at Microsoft for his pretty much his whole professional career. Is that what you meant, Bob? Is that right?
yeah. With her
Yeah.
history of success everywhere she's been, do you think Satya will be more likely to go along with what she wants to do than what Phil wanted to
Phil.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Is the honest answer. I don't really know. Possibly. It depends on what vision she has for the division, I suppose. But I mean, ultimately, they only have so much control, right? Like they're pretty mandated down from the top down by Satya and Amy Hood as well, and they have to sort of pivot the business in a direction that means they can hit the targets that they've been set. So, I'm not sure. I mean, she'll definitely put her stamp on it. I'm sure she'll have like enough input that she'll be able to do things maybe that Phil didn't plan to do. But I don't know how dramatic they will be.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Fabio,
Mm,
what about you? Do you think, as Bob said, do you think Satya is going to more go for the ideas and plans that she has and okays it with her background, or do you think it's going to be more of a route with Phil Spencer? It's more limited of what he
I mean,
will or will not greenlight. I know we've got the whole ABK thing. I seen that Muppet, he signed off on ABK, but ABK I think was a whole different thing. And they were just looking at like the Call of Duty thing, the money that's going to come in, um,
it
but
was more
more
about
of
King actually.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, to the question about Asha, I think that yes, he might be willing to like greenlit more stuff about her, because again he put her there for a reason, for a specific reason, and considering that the background that she has and what, yes, I did see the videos of people that worked with her saying that she has this talent of making people uh be interested in using a product. Like, so I think that Satya saw her background, he saw what she managed to do with the AI department there, and he thought to himself, okay, I'm putting someone that is going to make the image of this product to be improved in as well, but while at the same time following what are the best interests of Microsoft also, which is like we want to make money. How are we going to be making money on gaming? We are going to put everything on everywhere else as well. But how do we follow this? How do we adapt in putting this in a way that the core audience or the audience that we have here is not going to give up on the product? So I think that this is basically his thought process, because otherwise, if he was going to be putting someone just to like, you know what, I'm taking all the decisions, it would be just best for him to shut everything down, like he tried to do, like he offered Phil Spencer to do previously, because he asked Phil Spencer, why are we still on gaming? Why should we continue to be on gaming? And the end result of it was they spent around $80 billion on acquiring studios and content for gaming, of course. So, like, I think it comes out to the situation of, okay, I'm putting right now the right person for the job for this right task, while it's okay and in accordance to the same interests of Microsoft. This is not to be 100% in the interests of Xbox. This is not about this. It is how do we recover Xbox in a way that Microsoft can still benefit itself, because that's the name of the game, money.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it is in the I think it's actually in the best interest of Xbox. I think it was time for a leadership change. I think it was time to take things in a different direction. I think the current model and the way the things are going at the moment, I don't think works. I don't think it's in the best interest of Xbox the way they're doing things, because it's like every time, it just as time goes on, I keep thinking, why do I need an Xbox console? And the only thing that's keeping me having the Xbox console is, well, one, I didn't pay for it. I got it. But it's the fact that the day and date games, I have Game Pass Ultimate. There's lots of good games that come every month, and all the first party games. That is the only thing that keeps me getting Xbox. If Xbox took that away, we had to pay for games, I'd be just purely PlayStation. Because I can still play with friends because pretty much everything's cross-platform now. We pretty much use Discord to talk in. We don't use the party chats. So it's Game Pass that's keeping me with an Xbox and having both consoles. But I think they need to go in a different direction. I think things need to change. How that's going to change, what that's going to look like, I don't know. But it's got to be different from what we're going through now. With the way things are now, it's like they announce one thing and then that's the narrative for 2, 3, 4 months, and then the plan changes and we go a different direction. And it's like they keep looking at it like console sales, hardware's going down, every quarter, year on year. And it's like, well, yeah, of course it is, because you're telling people you don't need to get an Xbox. You're telling people you can play on your PC, your phone, your tablet, your TV, you're on the games on the PlayStation. It's like you're pushing people away from your hardware, and they shouldn't be, because that just means it's only going to be X amount of people that are going to want the console. When the console comes out, it's going to be stupidly priced, because I'm assuming the plans for hardware isn't going to change. Could be wrong.
Doesn't look like it. No.
But I would assume at the moment, unless anything else is come out and said, hardware plans aren't going to change. It's going to be this hybrid expensive premium console that they've sort of told us it's going to be. So we're looking, you could be looking anywhere from 800 to £1,000 dollars for a console, for this next console, because you can have you can be able to do whatever on it. But I think a change in direction, fresh blood, younger blood, someone that hasn't been there in the trenches as a gamer and come at it from a different perspective that can benefit gamers but also the business as well. I think that would be better overall than the way it's looked at the moment. But time, as we said, time will tell. we will see what happens. But yeah, that's
One thing,
that's
like just one
yeah. Go
funny
go.
thought. Like, there's one funny thought that I think that like would try to like. I do have a funny thought that somehow I think um kind of needs to be the direction of Xbox right now, which is like Xbox is a console that evolved into an ecosystem, but you need to give the message to people that the heart of it is the console, which you can enjoy through an ecosystem, not an ecosystem that you can enjoy in a console. Like, just the console is just, oh yeah, it's just one thing of it, and yeah, you don't need to mind about that. No, no, no. It needs to be, here's the heart of it. Now, here's the other options, not the contrary. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, here's the heart. Pick which vein you want to get to the heart through.
Yes, exactly. And not like the heart is everything else, and then one of the points that you can go is the console. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense, and we'll see what happens. I've got a feeling, there's rumors that there's going to be another developer direct in is it March, April time. So
Yes.
we'll see
Oh,
what happens there.
by the way, one real quick thing. Do anyone here thinks that exclusives are coming back? I don't think so.
No, no,
I
No.
don't think it
no,
makes
no,
no
no.
It's
sense.
too late. That ship sailed.
Yeah,
It
you
makes
can't.
no sense for them to go back into that now.
Yeah, there's no way you could now turn around and say, right, all these games that we've announced that are going everywhere, that's just not happening. You just
No, no, no.
you
Not
can't do
saying
it.
that.
Or
Not saying
future, no.
about. Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying about necessarily the announced ones. For example, Halo campaign evolved. I'm talking about the next Halo after that.
Yeah,
I think that it doesn't make sense for us to have any full time exclusivity
no. Timed,
whatsoever. Yeah, they can adapt to
timed.
time. That is a possibility that I can imagine. But I think it's going to be equivalent to like Avowed 1 year, or South of Midnight 1 year, or Indiana Jones 6 months. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But full
Yeah,
time, that's over. That's over.
no,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah,
coming
no.
back.
Timed, yes. Full time, no. I just don't. It doesn't make any sense now.
Peace
You've
Muppet,
already,
thank you so much.
yeah, that ship sailed. You can't put the genie back in the bottle, so to speak. You just can't do it. You just
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah.
But right, yeah, I think we'll wrap up there. Unless anyone else has got any final thoughts or comments.
Yes, I do have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
For everybody. So Seamus Blackley, he did redact the comment that he made that he believed Satya and that Sharma was brought in to sunset the brand. He
Mhm.
did redact that, and you have to think about it. If they were going to sunset the brand later this year, why not just keep Phil?
Mm.
And two, if they were going to sunset the brand, why not just pick a chum, some chump to do it? Why get somebody with her pedigree that's only ever succeeded to step in and walk a brand out the door? Why would you do that?
Yes.
It makes no sense.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. I think Xbox will keep going. Whether we'll still have future hardware, I don't know. Past this, but maybe that's the way they want to go. Make sure they've always got a console for the hardcore base. Offer something that you can't get on PC or PlayStation or Nintendo. I don't know. But I don't think it's going anywhere. As you said, Bob, they wouldn't bring someone in of this caliber if they were getting rid of Xbox. It just wouldn't make sense. It just wouldn't happen. Uh, Anyone else? Final
It's like,
thoughts?
No, not at all.
that's it.
All good, all good. Right, we shall leave it there. Like I say, it was only we just wanted to jump on just so we could have a discussion. There will be more info coming soon on the future of how we're going to do shows. It is going to be different, but you're still going to get a show. So don't worry, it will work out. It will. Don't worry. Something will be coming in some form, and we'll explain that once we've sort of ironed everything out. And also, myself and I'm a Ghostbuster Ash. We are going to DreamHack, which is at the end of March at the NEC Arena, Birmingham. It'd be great if anyone else is going. You know, it'd be great to meet people, talk to people. We may or may not do a show or some form of a thing while we're there. We haven't quite figured that out. Depends how sober we are, because I don't think we plan on being very sober through it. That's why we're going down a day early to get absolutely rat-assed. So we'll see what happens there. But if there is anybody going and you still wanting to get tickets, if you go on to the XPN Network Twitter/X channel, you will see that we have a code there. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I apologize, to save 10% on tickets. So if anyone is going, reach out. It'll be great to meet up with other content creators and just hang out, a few drinks, something to eat, play some games. But other than that, thank you, Luke. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Fabio. And we will catch you next time.